Peace, everyone. This is Patrice with Infinite Goddess Essentials. This full moon in Pisces that just passed, y'all. Amazing. It felt so good. It felt so empowering. It just felt amazing. I don't know. I feel like I was in Pisces heaven, backstroking in the Atlantis or some shit. Like, it felt good. But anyway, so today I want to talk about accruing debt, mentally, emotionally, physically, and spiritually. And this conversation or this message came about from a conversation I had with a male friend yesterday. We were on the beach and we were talking about marriage, not he and I, but in general. And he was like, when you get married, it's a contract. I was like, yeah, to a degree. Everybody don't see it that way because no one wants to be bound to anything or anyone. And he was like, yeah, but think about it. He was like, when somebody is in a relationship and they don't fully give you like the rundown of the type of baggage they hold, then when you get married, you accrue that too. And I was like, yeah, you're right. Because a lot of people are so eager to be in a relationship because they don't want to either be by themselves or they feel like they can't make it by themselves, that when somebody shows them a glimpse of what they're hoping for, they jump for it. And then when they get in it, for a moment is what you think you want until you start seeing all the shit that you could have avoided because you're so eager or desperate for something at the moment, right? And it puts us in this place, this desert place where nothing can be fertilized there. It will swallow everything you try to build up. So, and I noticed that a lot of times when you hear speakers, preachers, motivational speakers, sometimes they tell you the thing you should do, but they don't tell you how to get there. So I asked the question, how do you prepare for what it is that you want to pave your own way? How do you prepare to pave your own way and not let it be this trial that you feel like you have to go through? Because technically everything is a trial because we're here for learning, but to not make it feel as such. How do you do this? So, So Spirit says how you walk is strongly based on who you're around. Meaning, who are your influencers in life? And how does these influences bring you peace about your current situation? So if you have a friend who just got married and you've been wanting to be married for so long and you're looking at their relationship, not knowing their struggles or if they fixed everything that couldn't be fixed by themselves before they got together. Like you don't know this, and then you desperately want to be in a marriage. So when your ex comes along, or some guy who shows you, or some woman who shows you a possibility that they're a possibility, you go for it, trying to cover that emotion or that thought or that longing that you have, right? So what are your examples in life? What are the things that bring you peace about what it is that you want? You have to look at those things because they have a huge effect on the decisions that you make. And a lot of decisions that we make that are detrimental aren't really big decisions. Like, it's super small decisions. Like when I went out to the beach with the dude yesterday that I was talking about, that brought about this conversation, because I wanted to go to the beach, I chose to go with him. but knowing how he feels about me and what I don't want with him, that is kind of accruing something that I don't want. That's bringing on a baggage that I don't want, just to fulfill something that I was longing for, right? And then these things can tear you down. These things can tear you down. The small decisions that we make. So I'm looking at this card. So I'm looking at this card in relation to this question. It says, where are you standing? Meaning, do you know your patterns? Do you know your patterns? What is your cyclical nature? What is the small decision that you always make that seems like it works for a little while, and then after a while you end up back there at that point? What is your cyclical nature? What skills have you mastered within yourself that keeps bringing you back to point A when you don't want to be at point A anymore? You're ready to be at C because you're trying to get shit done. So what small decisions, what patterns, what path are you on? And it could be destructive. It could be your cyclical nature can keep being a learning experience, which they all are if we pay attention. So that's not really an excuse. Some people learn that way, which is, I feel like it's a very hard way. And as a Pisces, I do that sometimes. I'll take myself back on this journey of whatever it is that I'm looking for, and there was something I was supposed to learn, and it brings me back, and I'm like, fuck, we're here again. And then it's like, all right, so this is what happened last time. Let's not do this. Let's not even make this decision. Let's not even go down this road, right? So what have you mastered within yourself to make you go back to point A that keeps you stagnant and keeps helping you build baggage? And a lot of the times it's not listening to self. It's not listening to self. Well, you can't really say that, because when you technically you are listening to yourself. That's why you made that decision. But there is two selves. You have your higher self and your lower self. And when your lower self is hungry, desperate, and in need for you to keep feeding it that thing that keeps you in turmoil, then that's the voice you hear the loudest. So if you can listen to your higher self, your advisor, your spirit, your guide, your natural compass, if you can listen to that person, although it may not feel good to make changes, it may not feel good to do something different, but doing it will help you. You have to listen to it. You have to listen to it. You have to get off of that path and stop doing those things that keep you in bondage. And this card is in reverse because this is a cycle of doing the same thing that's wearing you down. So that's how we accrue debt. It's not just a physical debt. It's emotions. It's the things that we do. It's the things that we do. So next you have to realize, at what point in this cycle of destruction or the cyclical nature that you have, do you become mature in your mind and realize this shit ain't working? And that is your reflective time that everyone needs to have. So this is just something that was on my mind. I wanted to talk about it. Let's continue the conversation in the comments. I'll talk to you guys soon. Peace.